Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're with us this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, a special guest here, and we got all kinds of cool things to talk about. But first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 86, going up a little bit, but it's not a long way from the 90s like we've been having the last couple of weeks until this storm came in. So we're looking at a low of 73. Water temperature is still around 83 degrees. It's sort of level off there for a couple of days. And we're looking at our river readings. I know you're excited about this. Brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola Bluntstown not doing much movement. It's up to 3.7. But folks, take a look at it. Socktahatchee, that Carabelle, boom. We knew it was only a matter of time before this is going to happen. All this rain we've had last couple of days, getting all the way up from, it's been around 1 foot. It's getting up to 5.4 on the way up. So it's going to be really rising. So some good fishing opportunities, really. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good tide today. High tide at 5:26 this morning, right around now, and low tide 5:07 tonight. Let's go into our fishing game times brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time today, 1:49 to 3:49, and this evening 2:09 to 4:09. Wind going to calm down a little bit, back to 5 to 10, coming out of the southwest. All right, take a break. We'll come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome to someone who's been on several times before. It's Kendra McDaniels, Swivel Sisters Fishing Club.
Good morning. It's great to be here, even on Friday the 13th.
I know. I thought about that. So, well, we're glad you made it. So good to see you again. And, you know, coming off of this past couple months ago, we had a big old Bayou Bash, and it went so well.
It was an amazing tournament.
But that's not enough for y'all. Y'all still want to keep doing fishing tournaments, and that's what's impressed me. I mean, this is a ladies fishing club who just stay active. So what's coming up, Kendra?
We have our annual fall running of the bulls.
The running of the bulls.
It's time to get out there and catch the big boys.
Okay, this is something special. We're always talking about catching bull redfish, and you made a tournament out of it.
Yeah, so every fall, October, we have this tournament. We've got our registration coming up. But we do want to let you know we've changed a few things.
Okay.
Statistically, we looked at everything, and all of the biggest reds were caught in October the past few years.
Okay.
And traditionally this tournament starts October 1st and runs to about mid-November.
Okay.
But we've shortened it. So this year the tournament will run October the 1st. You can start fishing at midnight, and it runs all the way till November the 2nd. You have until 11:59 p.m. And then followed by that, we'll do our annual weigh-in party.
That's going to be great. And I've got some pictures. Even, you know, people, this is really a fishery that a lot of people don't take advantage of, fall fishing in the surf. And we got the running of the bulls, is what they call it. And the registration is supposed to begin today, but we're going to wait.
Yeah, we're going to have to push that back. So for the tournament, you have to have our official ruler. And when you sign up, you get that. It has the running of the bulls on it.
Oh, cool.
And so when you take the picture of your fish, because this is a catch photo release, you have to have the official ruler, and they didn't get here in time. So I was told they would be here on the 17th. So we're going to open up registration on the 18th, and we'll go over those stores in a minute where you can get registered.
Okay. And we'll have a variety of pictures. But here's the actual way. This is very important, how to weigh this fish.
Yeah, so every year we get people asking, you know, what's the official weigh? Because if I'm by myself, it's hard. But we encourage you to find some buddies, some family, some friends, and to go out with you, not only to help you with the measuring, but to take in the picture. Yeah. It makes it a lot easier. But you do have to lay the ruler on top of the fish. We like to see the zero start at the mouth.
Okay, close the mouth. You got to close that mouth.
And then you lay it on top of the fish and then pinch that tail together. And that's how we accept the the official measurement. If you
Okay.
turn in a fish without this ruler, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So if you lose the ruler, you can always get another one for a $5 donation.
Okay.
But one comes with your registration.
That's good. And it's so important because, you know, that fish is going to be tired, but it's still going to be flipping around. It's going to be in the sand.
Yeah.
And so you need people with you and make it a group. This is one of the things you want to go fishing with some other folks and all.
Some other folks, or get the kids out there. The kids love it.
Heck yeah.
They love being in charge of something, and they can be the ruler holder.
The ruler holder, make the rules and all. And we've got so many pictures and all, not so many, but maybe some classic pictures.
So this one, this is actually my sister.
Oh, cool.
This is Christy. We call her the redfish whisperer. You know, I give her a hard time all the time because I was the one that grew up fishing and outdoors. And she's fished, but not like myself. And then she got into it a few years ago. Now she outfishes me. But that was one of her submissions last year for the tournament.
That's a last year fish.
Yeah, that's one of last year's.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, what about?
All of these are our participants from last year. You can see some nice fish. Most of them were caught off the shore. I think there's one picture in the slideshow here that he's on a boat under one of the bridges over here in Panama City. So we do want to encourage you that you do not have to be from Port St. Joe. There's Karen Limix. That was one of her fish that she turned in. That's a nice size right there.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Okay.
This is, her name is Sherry Bird. She's one of our members. This was her first redfish ever.
Oh, cool.
So she was super excited. Of course, it's not as big as the ones that won, but she did get to turn one in, and it was her first one off the shoreline.
Oh, good. I want you to look at these setup here. I mean, this is how you do it. You get a group of people and you set up and get your dog out there and just enjoy the time together.
Yeah, I don't have the picture. I wish I had one, but there's one picture that was circulating around for a while. There was several people last year fishing this tournament, and they were lined up out at the Cape, and there must have been 50 rods. And you know, each person has set up 2 or 3 rods, and then they'll all be in a cluster talking, and then a rod will go off, and then they just take off running.
Yeah, like a fire drill.
Yeah, but it's cool to see people out there together and enjoying the sport of fishing.
Well, you know, that's such a good area, but like I say, you can catch them at different places too, right?
Oh yeah, so you don't have to be at the Cape. You can fish anywhere in Northwest Florida. So if you live over here in Bay County, you can fish from a kayak, from the shore, from a boat, you know, however you like to fish, wherever your honey hole is, go fish, because it is a catch photo release. So we don't care what area you fish in. What we want to see is the picture on the ruler and then a safe release of that fish back into the water.
This is win-win for everything. I mean,
it is.
Even the fish wins on this. Get some exercise and gets to go back home.
Yeah. So we've teamed up with a couple of sponsors this year, and that's where you can sign up.
Okay.
So right now we have all the locations are over Mexico Beach Marina and Mexico Beach. We have St. Joe Shrimp at Simmons Bayou, and then we have Scallop Cove out at the Cape. And we are looking for somewhere here in Panama City. I'm going to be calling some of the stores around, but if any stores are watching and you'd like to let people come register, we'd love to have you. So
great idea. Yeah.
We're still looking for somewhere over here because we have actually, I think last year out of all of our participants, we probably had 25% from Panama City.
Yeah, and you get more and more too.
Oh yeah, and they enjoy it because they get to fish over here.
Yeah.
But the only thing is about this tournament, you know, we keep it a big secret.
You do?
So when you send in your fish, you can send in as many fish as you want to. We just ask that you only replace them with bigger fish.
Yes.
So if you turn in a 24-inch, the next one you catch, don't turn in a 20 because it's not going to get on the board.
Okay.
Only replace your fish with bigger fish. We do not post who the leaders are.
Okay.
So it's a secret for the entire month.
Cool.
The only person that knows is myself. And nobody's offered me enough money yet to figure out who that winner is.
I love that. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with Kendra McDaniel, the Swivel Sisters Fishing Club. I just admire this organization. They're very active, and you can see the Bayou Bash, how many people, ladies that get out, and families and everything. And then this big running of the bulls. Been doing it a while, and I'm just real proud of y'all. So you have a lot more to talk about. So let's go.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right.
So everybody wants to know how much money they're going to win for first place. This year we've actually teamed up with the trophy company that we use, and Metal Edge, and they are going to provide a first, second, and third place trophy. So that'll be something new this year.
Okay.
And each trophy is in a different size. I saw the mock-ups of them. They're going to look really amazing.
Okay.
But the payouts, we do a first, second, and third place payout. And those payouts are based on the number of participants.
Okay.
So first place winner will get 40% of the total income.
Okay.
And second place will get 20%, third place 10%. And then there's a percentage that goes to the club that helps us pay for the trophies and putting on the tournament itself.
Yeah.
But 40%, I mean, depending on how many people we get, I think we had 75 participants last year.
Yeah.
At $50 a person, that's all it costs.
That ain't bad.
With that, you get your official ruler. We have a great little handout bag this year that you have to pick up. So I was getting to that. So to win this tournament, you have to come to our weigh-in party, which you're not really weighing in, we just call it that. It will be on Sunday, November the 3rd at 5 p.m. And our new host, Lookout Lounge and Package, is going to host that in their parking lot.
Okay.
We're going to have music. There'll be a food truck on site.
Man.
And we're going to do our famous Swivel Sister Mullet Toss.
Okay.
So there's going to be prizes that you can win for entering the mullet toss. There's no money involved. You just have to come. And this is open to the public. So if you don't get a chance to fish this tournament, you're welcome to come hang out with us. We'll show some pictures of the fish that were turned in the whole month of October. And then we get to reveal who the winners actually are.
So no one knows until
Nobody
then.
knows until then.
Cool.
And if you are a participant, you have to be present to win.
Good.
So if you turn in a 50-inch redfish and you don't show up, the second place guy at 40 inches may win.
That's a good way to do that.
So that's the only thing that we require is we don't tell you who's winning, and you have to show up on November the 3rd. And all of this information can be found on our Facebook. If you want to follow along on there, it's Running of the Bulls.
Okay, and you'll be posting some pictures and all along?
You'll get updates on there. Every once in a while, we'll let it slip as to what size you might need to win.
All right, we've got a couple more pictures. Let's show them real quick.
Yeah.
This is.
So he was fishing at night. So again, you can fish 24 hours of the day. We don't care. You just have to start October the 1st and end November the 2nd. This is one of another female. You know, we just want to say our females have really stepped up and started fishing this tournament, and they're having fun with it.
She looks happy.
She is actually the winner from 2 years ago.
Cool.
So it has changed hands with who has won. So there's always room for the women and the kids in this tournament.
All right.
That's my brother-in-law.
All right.
So, but his wife, my sister, outfishes him all the time.
And under the bridge.
Yep.
And
So he was fishing with the other lady that was under the bridge, and they turned in some nice reds.
Wow.
So if you're from here, you know what bridge that is.
Exactly.
Because it was in Bay County.
Okay, Running of the Bulls, the Swivel Sisters Fishing Club. That's so exciting. What about as far as the tapes and all? When they come in, you're going to start letting people.
So we're not going to put the registrations out until the 18th. We do apologize for that. We'll make some corrections on Facebook. But what it is when you fill out the registration, you get this.
Okay.
And you can't register without it because you have to measure your fish with our official ruler.
Yeah.
So we can't help the shipping, but hopefully they'll get here, and hopefully these past few days the weather hasn't held it up anymore.
Yeah.
But start registering on the 18th, and we're actually going to extend it to October 6th. We know the tournament starts on the 1st. But you can't turn a fish in until you have the official ruler, so you have to be officially entered to win. But again, that'll be at Mexico Beach Marina, St. Joe Shrimp, and Scallop Cove. And then we'll work on getting a place to register over here in
and you'll let me know
Bay County, and I'll let you know for sure.
And you know, the thing about it, this you can do it all month long. That's the beauty of it.
So yeah, I know, you know, we've got bow season coming up, you got football season.
Yeah.
But you know, you can fish anytime you want to, any time of the day. Submit them as soon as you measure them. You know, last year my phone was going off at midnight sometimes, and that was fine because it was just the joy of seeing people fishing.
They called you at midnight?
Well, they didn't call me. They texted their picture in. And like I said, that's fine. That's what we want. We want people to get out and have fun. And most of that was on the weekends. You know, a lot of people would head out to the beach and build a bonfire, and they'd fish at night, late at night, and just have a good time together.
That's a great way to do it. Oh, get up early on a Saturday morning, fish 4 or 5 hours, and go and watch a football game, and go back and fish at sundown.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how you do it Saturday in October in the Florida Panhandle.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you personally for doing all the work you do.
Oh, thank you.
And phone ringing and texting at midnight, that shows the dedication you have.
Well, it's all about the fishing and getting people together.
That is so good, Kendra. And the whole club, I know y'all work hard on it.
They do. The ladies always come through when we need some help, and they're just 100% in and always backing what we want to do.
And you'll send us some pictures every now and then.
Oh yeah, certainly. We encourage anybody that fishes, whether you think you have a winner or not, to send in a picture of your catch. You don't have to tell us where you're at when you catch it. We just got to see the measurement and then hold the fish up for a photo and then get it safely released.
That's awesome. And the weigh-in, not the weigh-in party, but the party will be on a Sunday?
Sunday at 5 p.m. and it'll be at Lookout Lounge in their parking lot.
And that's a good time to have something like that. People sort of wound down.
Yep.
Excellent time.
Well, and it gives me time to make sure I got all the numbers right, because you got to. Your last fish can be turned in Saturday night.
Oh my goodness.
And so that gives me Sunday morning to get all the numbers in order to make sure I have the winners correctly.
Oh wow. Wow, that's something else. So if you have any questions, touch base with us and we'll get them answered. And I want to encourage you to do this. You can fish one time, or you can fish 15 or 20 times.
And you can turn in 15 or 20 fish. Just always replace your other fish with a bigger fish.
That's good. And speaking of winners, this is Friday, so we got to do our drawing for Talking Rock Seafood. And I'm going to let Kendra do the drawing, and we'll have some winners right now. So this first one will be a $20 gift certificate, and it's going to
Anda
Gagne from Lynn Haven.
All right.
Loyal viewers there. Okay, Anda. And the winner of the big red snapper.
All right.
It's going to be sometimes a medium-sized red snapper. It's going to be
Dennis Scott.
Dennis Scott. Okay, 2 big winners there. And so run down there and pick them up and enjoy the seafood. And the thing about the big redfish, they're not edible anyway, but they're not legal to keep. So I don't eat much redfish, but
but they're fun to catch.
They are fun to catch. Big old bull reds, they really are. Kendra, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us, and we look forward to sending you some more updated pictures.
And we're going to stay in touch with you. I'm looking forward to this tournament.
All right, thank you.
All right, folks, we'll be right back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast brought to us by Jessica Lean Insurance and Financial Group, and also Matt Andrews of Hammer Down Construction. We appreciate their sponsorship of this very important part of our show each week, because what we're doing, we're taking the recapping the weeks, what's happened outdoors and what should happen coming up this weekend and the following week. So, as you know, we haven't had a lot of stuff happen this week with this weather. But a couple of things we got to sort of make sure we understand. Let's talk about freshwater first. What I want to talk about, you saw this Choctawhatchee, boom, up here like this, and then you know what's going to happen. And keep this in mind. All this water, locals know this, but make sure we just think about taking advantage of it. The water's getting up there and getting up in those sloughs, pushing those feeder creeks back. And then what's going to happen is it's going to start dropping. And what happens when it rises up like this, all those catfish, they just go up there and get this fresh food. They just move on up in there. So it's going to be a great time to go catfishing in a couple of days when the river starts dropping out just a little bit, because they're going to be up in those sloughs. So a great time to go catfishing. Also, get up in there. The water's going to be muddy and all, but you can catch some good brim. So freshwater fishing off the Choctawhatchee River system should be excellent. And we're going to go ahead and, but let's talk real quick about what we just had. Running of the bull reds, that's going to be a great tournament. And people say, where can you go? Well, the first, I've always surf fish anywhere. Folks, we catch redfish throughout the Florida Panhandle. There's not any one hot spot. A lot of people go to the Cape San Blas area because it's sort of you can drive on the beach with a beach permit. So this is this area right here, and right here off the Cape, this area right in here. But I can fish all along through here. But now I want to tell you something. St. George Island, you can catch some big redfish here off St. George Island. We've done it before, especially down here. See this cut right here? There's some big redfish coming in and out of there. And if you get a chance to go to Dog Island, so big bull reds are all along here. And the thing about the bridge fishing, if you want to catch some redfish, the secret finally out. Always on a strong outgoing tide, the redfish, those big bull reds, they'll just sit there. You can catch them. I'll tell you another hot spot. In fact, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, this is the locals are going to get mad at me for showing this spot right here at the jetties. Okay, check this out. When the outgoing tide is strong, those baby crabs and all kind of bait are coming out, with the tide. They can't help themselves. They just flow with the tide. Now, we've caught redfish there, folks. You almost see them there. They're sitting there with their mouth open, and whatever comes by, they're just grabbing. So any outgoing tide in a channel would be a great place to catch them. In fact, they were actually called channel bass, and that's what the redfish are. So you can catch them in the surf, you can catch them under the bridges, and you can catch them in outgoing tides in the channel. That's the three top places. And I promise you, you don't have to be a fishing expert to catch a redfish, because you want to do it. Use some natural bait, some little crabs or something like that. Any kind of natural bait will work. So anytime you get a chance to go, you got a whole month-long tournament, and it's going to just be a really good time to do it. So I want to encourage you to look into that, go ahead and register, and it'll be a great time to get started on it. So I'm looking forward to following it as an outdoor TV show, and I want to again thank Kendall Calhoun and the Swivel Sisters for putting this on. This is a win-win for everybody. It's a great time. The month of October is such a great time to do all this outdoor activity like this. And like I said, the river's going to be up, and it's going to be going back down, and be all kind of cool things going on. Look, we've run out of time again, and it's been a great week here on the show. We had some good things going on, some great guests this week. So next week, we're going to do the same thing. So y'all get outdoors and enjoy the outdoors. Do something good for your fellow man today. Take care of the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.